The Massillon Tigers defeat the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs in a hard-fought game Saturday afternoon in Paul Brown Stadium by the score of 16-7. My friends, bottom line, like I mentioned, this was a very hard-fought battle between two rich in tradition Ohio high school football programs. The Massillon Tigers, all-time winningest Ohio high school football program. And it's only epic that Canton Mckinley comes in as the second all-time winningest program in the state of Ohio. And, you know, for these two teams to get it on Saturday afternoon, what a game it was. Now, if you are a defensive-minded fan, you definitely got your money's worth. Now, I did predict that Massillon would win this game, but it kind of surprised me the low-scoring affair that this game was. Now, we're talking about the Massillon Tigers now have won 13 out of the last 14 versus the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs. We are talking about the Massillon Tigers have won 9 straight games against the Bulldogs, and a very impressive Nate Moore, 9-1 in his tenure so far as the Massillon Tigers head coach. The overall series, Massillon holds that. 77 wins, 53 losses, and 5 ties. My friends, bottom line, a very good football game. Like I said, it was a gutsy performance on both sides. And when you stop and look at this, let's talk some stats right now. This was a very evenly matched football game on paper. Check this out. Total offense, Massillon 203. And this was a Massillon team that was averaging total offense around 400 yards a game. But Massillon came in with 203 total yards. Canton Mckinley, 192. Total plays ran, Massillon ran 47 total plays in this game. Canton Mckinley, 48. Third down conversions, both teams did very well. Canton Mckinley, 5 out of 10. Massillon Tigers, 5 out of 11. But my friends, I will have to say this, a very sloppy football game on both teams' part. Canton Mckinley committing 12 penalties, and the Massillon Tigers were whistled for 11 penalties. 23 penalties between these two teams. So a very sloppy game without a doubt. But nonetheless, the best football rivalry in the state of Ohio, hands down. Let's look at some stats here. Jalen Slaughter, Massillon's phenomenal quarterback, 12 out of 17. My friends, he came in this game averaging right around 65% of his passes completed. Well, he tacked on a little better than that. He completed 71 of his passes for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns. What was impressive about Slaughter, 0 turnovers. Rushing, I got to hand it to the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs. They held Jameer Gamble in check the whole game. Gamble, 19 rushes for net yards, only 49 yards. And they kept Gamble out of the end zone. Receiving, hands down, the star of this game was All-State wide receiver Braylon Tolles. Caught 7 passes, led the team with 7 grabs, 88 yards receiving, 1 touchdown. Gamble did grab 3 out of the backfield for 27 yards, and Jaquez Carter, he made the most of it. He only caught 1 pass, but it was good for 24 yards and a touchdown for the Massillon Tigers. On the flip side, the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs, they were led on the ground by featured running back Nino Hill. My friends, he played a very good football game. He really did. My hat's off to him. Nino Hill, 18 carries, 89 yards. Cam Montgomery, he was off. And I'm just going to say this, he was off because of the Massillon Tigers' ferocious defense. Cam Montgomery came into this game completing 64% of his passes. And he averaged right around 190 yards passing per game. My friends, he was only 10 out of 19. That's good for 52%. And the Massillon Tigers held him to under 100 yards in passing. That is amazing. No team could do that this whole year, but Massillon Tigers did that. DJ Britt caught 3 balls for 18 yards and 1 touchdown. Darius Hill caught 2 balls for 50 yards, and Zamir Lowry 2 grabs for 17 yards. You know, my friends, you look at this. For me, the big turning point of this game was the battle of the turnovers. Massillon played a very clean game on offense, 0 turnovers. On the other hand, the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs, Cam Montgomery threw an interception, and the running back fumbled on the first play of the game. So, my friends, without a doubt, that had to affect the Canton Mckinley player's psyche, that you fumble on the first play from scrimmage. Dalen Pringle had the interception for the Massillon Tigers. They're a phenomenal linebacker. And Vito McConnell recovered the fumble recovery. And let's look at special teams. Michael Wright Jr. blocked a punt from Keith Quincy. So, my friends, this all adds up to a 16-7, once again, victory for the Massillon Tigers. Like I mentioned, it is their 9th consecutive win versus their arch rival, the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs. And, you know, like I mentioned, I broke this down. Defensively, both of these defensive coordinators should be getting raises for next season about a splendid job that they both did. Now, we're talking about Jameer Gamble, who has rushed for over 1,000 yards this season and a total of 17 touchdowns. And he was held to only 49 net rushing yards. My hat's off to the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs defense, without a doubt. We're talking about Cam Montgomery, like I mentioned, who averaged close to 200 yards passing. And my friends, he only threw for 97 yards in this game. My hat's off to the Massillon Tigers defense, stymieing him the entire game. But my friends, like I mentioned, there was a very good defensive scheme by the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs, able to stop and keep Jameer Gamble in check. But look what happened. Like I mentioned in my last video, this Massillon Tigers team has way too many weapons to just go in and focus on 1 or 2 guys. So yes, they stopped Gamble, but look at the game that Braylon Tolles, the all-state wide receiver, had. 7 grabs for 88 yards and 1 touchdown. Look at the game that QB1 Jalen Slaughter had. 12 out of 17, good for 71% completion percentage, 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in this game for Slaughter. So, my friends, bottom line, it was a hard-fought game on both sides. I tip my hat to the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs. They finished the year regular season 6-4. Massillon Tigers, I tip my hat to them. Coach Nate Moore, they finished the regular season a very impressive 8-2. The good news for both of these teams, that they both will qualify for the Ohio High School football playoffs in week 11. So, my friends, very interesting. Massillon will be taking on Licking Heights, which is coming in with 4 wins and 6 losses on the year. The Canton Mckinley Bulldogs, I'm not quite sure who they will be facing. But, my friends, you know, and I will reassure you, that come Ohio High School football playoffs It is getting heated very quickly, and I will be doing videos left and right about the Ohio high school football playoffs. My friends, like always, peace out. God bless. If you are new to my channel, please click on the subscribe button. Please click on the like button. Check out Super Thanks, new to my program. And like always, my friends, please comment down below. Not only do I like to read your comments, but I like to get back to every comment that I do read. Like always, once again, peace out. God bless. The final score in this one, the Massillon Tigers defeat the Canton Mckinley Bulldogs in a slugfest, 16-7. Buckeye Vinny's out of here.